Hi everyone. The couple of Coryanthes that I grow are beginning to spike, so I will be picturizing their growth, and hopefully I will be able to show it in its entirety. This is Coryanthes macrantha. This is its second blooming. The first blooms, I think, withered away because of me neglecting to water it right on time. There is a second spike that is coming up. Most likely I will have another bud or a set of buds. This is a really large bud. It is almost 2 inches. It's a weird looking, but has a beak to it and all these folds. The other one that I have is Alba rosea. I will show that bud also briefly. This recording is about 3 or 4 days later. The outer layer or the sheath is just unfurling, and the flower is just coming out, and the flower is really big by now. Looking at the flower, it looks like there is some kind of a face, upside down face, but I am waiting for the beauty of the bucket orchid. The flower started to open this morning, and what I really thought was the sheath, I think, will be the petals. They are still unfurling here, and the bucket of this orchid is very nicely visible. I do see a couple of flies or some sort of bees this morning, nice bluish green in color, and are trying to get closer to the flower. Oh, there it is. So I'm not so sure if that's trying to get into the bucket here. The bucket definitely collects a lot of fluid or sap or whatever it is that is secreted by the flower. It collects into the bucket, and the bees that try to pollinate the flower will fall into the bucket and get wet. And of course, while trying to come out of the bucket, they do try to come out this way through this really small hole, and all the pollen will get rubbed on it. So I see this bee or fly, I'm not sure what it is, but it is trying to get into the bucket. If it falls into the bucket, it will take at least 30 to maybe 45 minutes to come out of it. It will come out this way and will have a lot of pollen on its back. Unfortunately, there is no other flower that it can pollinate on, so I don't know what to say about that. But this is a beautiful epiphytic, hot growing orchid. I should say hot to warm growing orchid. It almost looks like a swan with a beak, and once these petals open up, I think it will really look like a swan. There it is again. So I think it is really attracted towards the bucket here. So if it falls into the bucket, I'll let you know if I get to see it. But the other thing I would like to emphasize about this orchid is its water conditions. One has to keep this wet and moist all the time. I did neglect for at least 2 to 3 days, and I think what looked like a spike before is trying to abort itself. But here is the flower, and once it opens up, I'll show it again. So everyone, I caught it. The bee is in the bucket. I cannot tell you how excited I am. So it is really struggling in there. So whatever I read on the web for years is turning out to be true right in front of me. I cannot get any more excited than this. But okay, so it is in there. There are a few more of these bees that are there. There it is. It is struggling in there. Now, this bucket has a little bit of ridges in there. So it will try to climb out of those ridges, but the easiest way out of the ridges and the bucket is through the hole or near the pollen that I showed you. So I have these bees increasing around me, all the buzzing that you hear. And at this time I don't have the time-lapse camera for me to record this the 30 minutes to, I don't know, 45 to 50 minutes time that it is going to take to come out of this bucket. But there it is, trying to get out of the bucket. So if my brother finds his time-lapse camera and brings it to me on time, I will do that. Otherwise, this is the extent of the video. I started with one bee. Now there are about 4 that are going or buzzing around me. There it is. What a wonderful, wonderful thing I'm seeing here. I just love it. So here is the Euglosini, I think male bee, that came out of the bucket. It was in there for over an hour and I just couldn't take it anymore. So I kind of nudged it a little bit with the help of this little tissue paper. So I pushed it a little bit and then it started climbing. It climbed out of the opening there. So for lack of botanical terms, I'm going to say where the pollen is located. So here it is. It's still tired and trying to dry its legs, I think. And hopefully I did capture that on the GoPro. We'll look at it in just a minute. Thank you.